Shout out to G-Man Boxing. Where's the piss bottle? It's over there.
Alright, people. So today we were informed how much the Tyson Fury Dereck Chisora trilogy fight, which is on BT Sport pay-per-view, is going to be. £26 95 pence. In euros, it's probably about 29.95, give or take, essentially €30, and essentially £27 if you round it off. I mean, people, elastic doesn't stretch this far. The fact that this fight alone is on pay-per-view for a world title, I mean, that in of itself is just laughable. If this was non-title and they were putting it on standard BT Sport, I really wouldn't have too much of a problem with it, truth be told. But the fact they're selling this as a pay-per-view and as a world title fight, I mean, like, really? And the fact is now that they're charging £27 essentially. I mean, Joyce Parker, that wasn't that dear. It was, I think, about £20, give or take. It's about €22, €23, give or take. And you know, Frank Warren, I mean, he really is reaching with this. The undercard is not stacked. You know, Daniel Dubois against Kevin Laraga, I think is that how you pronounce his name. That's going to be an interesting enough scrap. But the rest of the card, I mean, Yvonne Mendy versus, I think, is it what's his name? Oh, the Ukrainian lightweight, I can't remember, or is he 140 pounder? That's not too bad. But if you look at the DAZN card we have this coming weekend, the Dylan White card, that to me has a better undercard with better fights. And that's just a standard DAZN card. You know, the main event, I mean, we'll wait and see how that goes, because that could either be very competitive or it could either be a complete mismatch. But Bolotnick versus Richards, I think that's a great fight. If Gorman is in the shape he was when he fought Sean Turner, him against Fabio Wadley, that could be a very, very good fight too. And that's on standard DAZN. As much as people want to complain about DAZN and say, oh, DAZN, this, DAZN, that's a very, very good card. You know, the top three fights are very good, very competitive fights. And you have this pay-per-view where you might be able to say, right, you know, with the Dylan White Tyson Fury fight, which was, I think, around about the same, you could say, right, well, the main event is good. So the undercard, yes, it's lacking, but the main event is what we all want to see. Wembley Stadium, Dylan White, Tyson Fury is what we all want to see. I don't think anyone wants to see Chisora Fury 3. And at the end of the day, with Dylan White versus Tyson Fury, most people were picking Tyson Fury. You know, I got that one way wrong. I'll always hold my hand up and say I got that one way wrong. But at the end of the day, we didn't really know going into it. You could assume Tyson Fury would win, but we hadn't seen these two fight. We've seen Fury and Chisora fight twice. And Fury's won handily both times. The last time was 8 years ago. Fury won it handily. And, well, that wasn't a pay-per-view fight. That was on the Box Nation days. And now, 8 years later, we're seeing this again. It's pay-per-view. It's expensive. And this is in a time where, because of the last 2 years of what, you know, happened, people don't have as much disposable income. Everything, the price of everything is going through the roof. And people don't have that much income to just chuck away with. And it's happening around Christmas time. I just cannot. I think this is a joke. I really do. That they're charging this much money. And of course, the Fury fanboys. See, you know what it is, right? The Fury fanboys always defend. Whatever Tyson Fury, they always defend it. But when they can't defend it, right? When they turn around and when you give them any bit of facts, or if you're, you know, talk about a situation like this and they can't defend it, all they have really in their arsenal is to come out and say, oh, you call yourself boxing fans, but all you are doing is just complaining. That's all they can come out with. No, the fact of the matter is, this is a really uncompetitive fight. We've seen one of the guys lose twice to the same guy. He's only won out of his last, 4 fights? He's only Usyk, Parker, and Pulev. He's only won one of his last 4 fights. Okay? And he's in there against Tyson Fury, who was probably at the height of his powers and at the peak of his game. And people are expecting this to be competitive, which is not going to be competitive. They're trying to sell it as a competitive fight. And they're also charging pay-per-view dearer than is normal. I mean, as I said, elastic don't reach that far. And I bet you anything, Frank Warren, when Eddie Hearn and, not DAZN, it was Sky, when Eddie Hearn and Sky were charging extra for Joshua versus Usyk, for Joshua versus Pulev, and for Joshua versus Ruiz, I bet you anything he was there on IFL, on Boxing Social, saying disgraceful. You know, oh, Eddie, he's just ripping the fans off. Well, what is this? I mean, at least, for God's sake, Usyk versus Joshua, both fights, we knew they were going to be good fights. We knew they were going to be competitive. And you had an idea who was going to win, but you didn't fully know. The same with Ruiz. The Pulev fight, yeah, that was bad. That was a bad move by Sky. But at least with the other three, you knew, okay, look, I want to watch this because we just don't know what's going to happen. With this one, I mean, I will be, literally, right, my whole boxing world will stop if Dereck Chisora wins this, because I wasn't born when Tyson beat Douglas, but people have told me the upset shocked them to the core. And a few of them, like Joe Stunner Boxing even said it, that this will be a bigger upset in his opinion than Tyson losing to Douglas. And honestly, that's why I can't see it. There's no way Chisora beats him, and they have the audacity to put this on pay-per-view and to charge extra for this, for a week undercard, for a main event that people were saying Yard versus Beterbiev is a mismatch. No, it isn't. We all think Beterbiev's going to win. I think he's going to win. But I definitely see a lot of scenarios in which Yard can win. With this one, there is literally no way I can see Chisora winning this fight. No way in heaven. A snowball has a better chance of surviving a day in hell than Chisora has of winning this fight. You're putting it on pay-per-view and you're charging extra for it. For a week undercard as well. As Frank Warren would say, do me a favour. Well, he ain't going to get a penny from me. There's not going to be a watch-along. I will do a review of it, and I might do an aftermath live stream, but there ain't going to be a watch-along because I don't like doing watch-alongs when how I'm watching the fight might not be 100% always going with, you know, time-wise. You know what I mean? So he ain't getting a penny from me. And anyone with half a brain, they shouldn't put their hand in their pocket and pay for this, because what are you getting? You're getting an absolute mismatch. No way. So, bad move. Bad move by Warren, but ayo. Keep it objective on here. Always. So it doesn't matter who the promoter is. If they make a move, a decision I think is bad, they're getting it. And I think this is a silly move from Warren for such an uncompetitive fight. As he would say, do me a favour. Anyway, leave it there. Smash the like button if you could. I'll talk to you people. Peace.